Alright, today is a hood, 30-inch wall mount range hood. Alright, let's take a look inside. Got instruction manuals. Looks like some good mounting screws with anchors. Here's the hood extension. Looks like the primary one. And looks like an extension right there. So, forget the height. Let's see here. Pretty well packed. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Pull it out. So I can pull the hood out. Nice and easy. Nice. Alright, let's pull this hood out. Alright, there's the hood on its taken out of the box. Got some function box buttons. Looks like fans and lights. We'll look at the directions for that. Here's the filter. There's the motor inside. It's supposed to be like a glass filter of sorts. We'll look at the directions, see how it looks. Okay. Easy. It looks like easy to clean too. If you see this scratched up, don't worry, that's just protecting. Okay, leave it in place until you install it. Light, there's the light. There's a top vent, so it closes automatically. Let's turn on and it opens up. And supposedly there's a kit that you have to buy separately so you can make it ventless. We have a vent, so I'm just gonna put it in without the conversion. Okay, so let's put this, install it, see how it works. All right, here's the hood directions. Take a quick look. There's some safety information. You can pause the video and read it. Tools required. All the packing. And here's the extension of the hood. Hood vent extension. Minimum, you're going to need 14.5 inches. Maximum, you're going to need 33 inches. If you need longer, I believe you can buy extensions for it. So if you have a high ceiling. Directions and measurements for distance over your hood. Also recommend you put in a inside ducking, a metal ducking for the inside of the vent. Got to, buy sold separately, so you extend it all out, either to the straight up to the top or out the side. Okay. If you're going to use it as ventless, you can. Just make sure you put your charcoal filters in. You got to buy them separate. And there you go. There's where the charcoal filters are. So they go right on side of the motor. Right there. There's 1, 2. They suggest replacing every 3 months or sooner, depending on how heavy use it is. LED light, if it ever burns out, you can replace it. Gives you directions. And there's the oil cup to change or catch any oil drips for the motor. I'm not sure if this even has one because I cannot find it. So maybe it's a different model. But that's that. More troubleshooting procedures. Diagrams. Electrical diagram. Alright, let's put this in. Alright, so as you mentioned earlier, as per the directions, the lower vent cover is 14.5 inches as per the manual. But as I'm looking at it here, it's actually 15 inches. There's the lip. So that's the lower vent cover, the first cover. So if you're using a vent to go to the ceiling or out the side, 15 inches minimum. If you're going to use a ventless, you're going to have to add another 4 inches or 4.25 inches, as you can see here. For the, there we go. Yeah, about 19 and 19.25 there. So that's with ventless, because you need the room for the vent, and it's slid down to the bottom already. Okay, so it's going to be 15 inches minimum. Now the maximum 33 inches, I did measure that out. That is correct. 33 is the max. Okay, any more than that, you're going to have to buy an extension. All right, before you put the hood up to see where the drill hole is, or where I'll show you where I figured out the measurements were, we're gonna draw a line straight across, similar to that line right there, with a leveler. So that way we make sure it's level all the way across, so the hood will be level, and then we'll mark the holes. All right, for the mounting the screws, it looks like you got the 30 inches all the way across. So it looks like 10 inches where that black mark is, 10 inches, and looks like the 20-inch, just shy of the 20-inch mark. That's where you're gonna put your pilot holes at. Okay, those are from the old. That's the old hood. So this is new. The holes don't match. So this is gonna be a new one. Okay, and you can double check your measurements with the hood. I didn't see it in the instructions, so hopefully that helps. You can also just pull the hood up, have someone hold it, and then mark the holes with the right there. Just take that, put it up against the wall, and mark the holes as someone holds it. That's how I did it. Okay. Okay, they provide you mounting screws, also drywall anchors. Okay. I do recommend, if you can find the studs, to put your hood in with the studs. That's what I recommend. And if you do so, the instructions didn't say any pilot hole recommendations. I'd probably go with the 832 or 764 pilot hole if you're going to go with the stud. And if you need drywall, let's see, that's too small. So maybe 3/8. 25/64 at the most, but 3/8 for a pilot hole for the drywall anchor. Remember that drywall is going to flake or rub off a little bit, so you want to be as tight as possible. Okay, and then when you put the screw in, when you put that screw in there, that part will open up and hold it against the drywall. But if at all possible, I do recommend best put it into a stud. Okay. All right, make sure you take the plastic tape that's along the sides here. Take it off first. You can leave these on for protection until you're finally done. But take the sides off first before you put it between cabinets, if that's where it's going. I found the studs, so I put the screws into the studs. They're not tightened, they're loose right now. So I'm just have this the hood just slightly hanging on there for now. We're gonna come down here. We got 2 holes. We're gonna mark those holes, and we're gonna put a screw in there to find out. Make sure it's either drywall or stud. And if it's drywall, we'll put the anchors in there, and then we'll be set. Then we'll put the hood back up, and then we'll put those screws in, and then it'll be nice and secure. And there's my line. Perfect. Okay, once you figured out where you're gonna mount your hood, you're gonna keep it centered, and you can put this bracket up here, close to the wall as possible, because your cover is gonna come up to the side here, and you want the screws at the top, so you want it as close to cover the ceiling there. So put it up on the ceiling. So we got a mark there. Now it's nice. It has a little ability to adjust it left and right once you install. So if it's not quite right, you can just loosen the screws around and slide the bracket over to line it up. So that's very nice. Makes it easy to use. All right, so we're gonna install this, and then we'll put the hood back up, and then put the 2 screws down the bottom, and then hook it up and see how it works. Okay, so I got the screws in. That's drywall, so I had to put the anchors in. Okay, and I remounted the hood now. Put it back on the anchor. Also installed the flue. It's actually not really a flue, but it's actually a vent. Flues are usually smaller and used for gas, but this is a vent for the exhaust. Okay, goes straight up to the top, out the top of the roof. So I'm not doing the ventless option. If you have an extension rod on your drill, that would help. And then we'll just tighten those up now. Make sure it's secure against the wall. Okay, so now I'm going to plug this in to the outlet. This right here. Also, even if you do a ventless, definitely want to put your vent up in here, at least up to this point, just below the ceiling, because you're going to have the cover will have vents to come out the side. We'll show you when I install the cover, but that way you don't have the exhaust going over your cable if you happen to have an electrical outlet installed so close to the exhaust. Okay. All right, put the vent cover in. See those lips? I'm gonna have to slide that cover into those lips. I probably won't show it here. Let's see, might be able to, but all right. So that's probably why the 15 inches are there. You need some room to play with. So definitely, if you have more than 15 inches, it's better, because tight fit is not fun. So I definitely recommend a couple more inches. So you can do that by just lowering the hood down about a half an inch, quarter inch, if necessary. And then there's the top. Now, ventless, there's the reason why you got to put that vent tube in there if you're going to go outside. Because if not, it's just going to come into your house. That's no good. So make sure you get that vent tube that goes up into the roof. This is for your ventless cover, ventless option, I mean. And you're going to have the exhaust come out here. But you're going to have the charcoal filters in, so that will, clean the fumes and all that before it goes out to that direction. Okay, so we're all set. Ouch. And we'll put the screws in there to secure it to the bracket that we installed earlier. And we'll be set. We'll try it out. Let's see here. All right, let's turn the lights off. Let's check out how bright this light is. So there you go. It's not too bright, but it gives a nice illumination. Looks like, yeah, only one setting. So turn the power light on, light off. Also turn the power button, turns it off. There's the fan, low speed, medium, high. Hit the power button, turns everything off. All right. Question is, so it does not, okay, so it doesn't remember your last setting. You turn the power on, it just goes, the power button, it just turns on, let's see. Yeah, it just turns on low fan, okay? So I have the light on, turn it off, turn it on, it goes low fan. But that's okay, because you can just hit the high fan, turns on automatically. So that's good. And very light touch, it doesn't require too much touch. And there's the filter. Now I have to remove the plastic on this one. I haven't removed it yet, but make sure you remove the plastic on both the front and the back. Okay, those are just protective covers. Okay, the filter, these are easy. Just push that little tab back, push it back towards the wall, pull it down, comes out. Okay, got to remove that plastic also. And then you can scrub this in your sink, clean it, warm water, and get the grease out, and then just reinstall it, push it in the back. Let's see here. There you go. It's all set. Not bad. Very nice.